when she was cooking spaghetti and her son Jackson was laying there crying. They filmed that scene here because this was Shelby's home in the movie. You go back and watch it and you'll recognize those real tall glass windows.
Yes.
Now, this is where, okay, Dolly Parton, Sally Field, Olympic Dukakis, Shirley MacLaine, Daryl Hannah, all those ladies lived real close here. But these are the only folks that don't mind me bringing a boatload of people by looking inside their glass house. And they told me they try to wear clothes most of the time. But anyway, they all met here every morning for breakfast. We had a lady on the boat about 4 years ago. Her name was Miss Jenny. She was sitting right here, and she was 91 years old. And she played Shelby's aunt in the movie. And she had a home up here. And she lived up here full time. And she cooked breakfast. She met them here every morning and cooked breakfast for them. Said she made friends with all of them, and they all stayed friends their whole life. Said every one of them just down-to-earth people.
Awesome.
So, and I hadn't seen her in a while, so I don't know if she's still with us or not, but she used to ride quite often. I told her she could ride all she wanted because she always told stories about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Straight ahead up there's that North Dam I was talking about. No, I didn't tell you that story because we were partying. Usually I tell. But anyway, this used to be the Red River here. But there was a log jam that started right here because it was a 90-degree turn. And the U.S. government came in here and cleared that log jam. I think they commissioned Captain Gator to do it. And anyway, it took them 6 years to clear it. And soon after they got it cleared, there was a big flood on the Red River, and that water went straight right there because the water coming out of a flash flood coming out of Texas and Oklahoma down the red, and then went straight. You can get on the Google Maps and you can see that. And anyway, in 1945, they come back and built that dam. And 33 miles south of here, there's another one down there with a spillway. So this is really not a river anymore. It's a 33-mile-long oxbow lake. Okay, they filmed the movie The Horse Soldiers, starring John Wayne and William Holder, right up here in 1959. All these homes wasn't here. Now, opening scene in that movie, y'all folks just left my use, didn't you?
Yes.
You see that picture up there with all the horses on the wall? That they were right there. They were going north on that dam. And that's where that picture was taken. And anyway, this is about a Civil War battle that happened in Mississippi, but they chose to film it here. Now, we had another movie filmed here called The Man in the Moon. It was filmed 20 miles or so down the lake at one of the farms down there. And it's a true story. It starred Reese Witherspoon. Yeah. It was her first movie. She was 14 years old. And anyway, our most recent movie filmed here is called The Dirty South. And it's not a true story, but it's a pretty rough little movie. We got a little bar and grill about 20 miles down the lake called the Point Place Marina. And most of that movie was filmed there. And it's about a young woman trying to save the family bar because her daddy was drinking it up and gambling the money away. She had the banks and some other people trying to take it away from her. So she got hooked up with a thief. And they started stealing boats and tractors and stuff from the very people that was trying to take the land and selling it to get the money to pay the bank. But anyway, it's pretty rough little movie. And I'm not going to tell y'all what they did with the bodies at the end of the movie. But if you watch the storyline there and listen to the way you'll figure it out, I figured it out. Because I'm pretty good at doing that. You figure out what's going on. But anyway, and this boat is actually in that movie for a little bit. And ma'am, you asked me a while ago how deep the water was. See that mud we kicked up right there? That's why we don't go all the way up there, because the further north we go, the shallower it gets. And I don't want to have to ask y'all to get out and push us out the mud. So, but and the biggest gator I've ever seen up here was about 4 years ago, and I seen one that I guarantee you he went 16 foot. Because he was laying on one of the docks. His nose was off the edge of the dock, and his tail was on the grass on the other end of that dock. So we don't want to get out and play with the gators. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up on a park right here called Beaujardin. Now this is where they had the Easter egg hunt in the movie Steel Magnolias. But it doesn't look the same as it did in the movie. Because not Magnolia, it used to be Magnolias, but Patio Cantina wasn't on top of the hill there. And the city of Natchitoches and the Cane River Waterway Commission got together, pooled their money, and spent $4 million from this fence down to the public restroom behind where we got on the boat. They put in this waterfall over here, and there's a brick staircase that follows that waterfall along up to the front street circle. And there's a stage over beside it, and folks actually lease this park and has weddings and different kinds of events. And they completed that project about 7 years ago. Now they came in here last year and built this new restroom. Now this other building we're coming up on, they also did that at the same time. This is one of the oldest standing structures in Louisiana. It's called the Rock House. Not because it's made out of rocks, because it's not. It's made out of bouchage, which is a mixture of mud, clay, Spanish moss, and deer hair that's packed between those beams. Well, they got $1 million grant last year to restore that. And the building was setting closer to the water here, real close. And they took the roof off of it, they lifted it, and they rolled it over there and totally restored it. And it's got period furniture in there. And they use it now for the bride and groom's dressing rooms when you lease this park. Now, okay, across the street over there, that 2-story red brick building, you still got time to go there. You hadn't been because they closed at 5. But this is the oldest mercantile store in the state of Louisiana. It was started by a pair of Persian immigrant brothers in 1863. The original location is right here at the end of Church Street Bridge where the Natchitoches Deli Pub is today. And they had an employee, his last name was Frederick. And Mr. Frederick purchased the store from him in 1920 and relocated it here because that's the year that building was built. And the Frederick family still owns and operates that store today. And they got things in there you're not going to find at Walmart. They got a very large selection of toys back when we had to use our imagination to play with toys. They got a lot of neat stuff in there. And they got, make sure you go upstairs, you got a lot of nice gifts and things up there. Now we're coming up on our Main Street stage. Now Natchitoches is known for having festivals. Let me see if I can remember a couple of them.
Meat Pie Festival.
We have a blues festival, jazz festival, zydeco festival, beer festival, meat pie festival, Mardi Gras, pub crawl, sip and stroll. We have a car show every year that fills up all of the Riverfront Street, Front Street, Second Street, and all the side streets. We have the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Museum inductee party here every year. And we have the second largest Christmas festival in the United States, behind only New York City. And that starts the week before Thanksgiving and runs all the way through January the 6th. And we're here doing Christmas light tours on the hour, every hour through the whole thing. Now at that time, our online booking is turned off. But we have a ticket booth we set up at the top of the hill up there. And Jennifer likes to set up on that heater to sell tickets. She's had 2 cars down here. But anyway, we don't do the online booking because people show up late and we have to be prompt. We have to make sure everybody's in line when we come back because we leave only an hour. And there's no room on the next trip for you because we're full on every one of them. And we don't have to turn people away because the first year I did, and I went to the city and said, this ain't gonna fly. So we got a couple more boats we can run. And Jennifer's also a 100-ton master captain. So is her mom and her stepdad. So I had to go upgrade my license from the party boat license to the 100-ton masters. So after Christmas festival one year, we got in their new camper. We went to South Padre Island, Texas, and went to captain school for a couple of weeks. And so we got another boat we're building right now to be out here in about 2 or 3 weeks. And it's a side paddle wheel boat. And like a zero-turn lawnmower. Actually, I had a zero-turn lawnmower power in it. And this boat is a true paddle wheel drive boat, but my drive shaft is in the shop, and the machine shop didn't get it done in time. They were supposed to have it ready for me yesterday, but they didn't do it. But anyway, so we got more boats. So anybody that wants to see the lights gets a chance to see it. We don't have to turn anybody away.
Awesome.
So, okay, let me do a little bit of navigation here so we can circle around behind this boat, come back into the dock. And as we come to the dock, I'd like to ask everyone to remain in their seat, so if I bump it too hard, you won't fall down.
How many 64-year-old man can do this? Yeah. Get back up.